Howdy y'all, this is Twitchonium here, coming at you again with another Crimson Vow quick draft here on the channel. Let's go ahead and jump right on into it and we will see if we open anything spicy. Alright, so our rare in the pack is Avabruck Caretaker here. 4/4 Hexproof Werewolf. Seems pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and snatch that up. Nice late game bomb to drop in the werewolf decks, and I do enjoy some werewolf decks. Alright, so if we were going to follow that up, the wolf decks do tend to be red-green primarily, although we could still play this in a humans deck, which would likely be paired with white. So if we are going to go the white option, Circle of Confinement would be fine as a removal spell. There's really nothing crazy in red. I guess Flameblessed Bolt is probably what I would go ahead and snatch up, just as a little piece of cheap interaction and removal. So just since we have such a strong rare here, I'm going to go ahead and pick the card that will hopefully fit into that werewolf deck and see if we can't maybe force it just a little bit. And now I'm happy to take it a Braid. I wouldn't mind a Villager in the deck just as a, filler werewolf creature, but definitely a Braid has to be the pick here if we're going to stick to these colors. There are some solid options in some of the other colors as well, but no reason to shift quite yet, it seems. Voldaren Estate. Let's see what this one does. Vampires and blood tokens. Not quite what we're looking to do here. None of these are particularly exciting. I'm not sure if I'd rather have a Sure Strike or just that Villager body. I think I'll go ahead and take the first copy of Sure Strike. Since this is the second Villager we've seen, hopefully we can get one of them to wheel if we really end up needing it. And now everything here is pretty filler. Could take a nice hasty top-end Devils here. Although, I guess we do have 3 non-creature spells already, so could still be pretty good. Celebrance is always nice, just because you're always going to get the blood token value out of it when you play it. And a 4/4 with Menace isn't anything to scoff at. Not a huge fan of the Millipede, unless you're really trying to synergize with that. Scorpion's alright as a nice little death-touching body that can let something else attack in pretty well on the turn it comes in. I guess the question is, would I rather have a 3/3 haste that can get pumped, or a 4/4 menace that comes with blood tokens? I think I'd rather have the 4/4 menace, honestly. Although, it's like I said, we do have the 3 non-creature spells already, so already we are working towards being able to trigger that pretty reliably. Yeah, I guess since this is uncommon and we're less likely, I should say, to get another copy of it, I'll take that one. Both of them seem pretty interchangeable, though. Here there's some good blue options, but if we're sticking to our colors, or at least just sticking to red, it seems like so far, I think I'd rather have the Ridge Wolf. Just a body that can get trample is pretty nice, and fits in with any of the wolf and werewolf synergies. In the Festivities is a card that I'm not a huge fan of, but in the right situation, it can definitely blow somebody out. Massive Might would be my second pick in this pack for us. Just a nice, super cheap, efficient combat trick, or potential way to get through some extra damage in the late game. And here we've got Edgar's Awakening, probably the card I'd take. Maybe if we were in the Exploit deck, the Scab would be fine, or the Assistant, but here I'm not a huge fan of any of these. Yeah, I guess we'll take a creature just because we don't have any 3-drops yet. And I'm very unlikely to play Ancestral Anger even if we do get a bunch of them, so I'll just snatch up an uncommon here. And nothing here for us. I guess we'll just do the uncommon thing again. Well, maybe we could snatch up some of these festivities, or these ancestral angers, instead of end the festivities. Yeah, why not? Yep, and we did go ahead and wheel the villager. Could also get a Nature's Embrace for a nice little flexible ramp, or not really removal or combat trick, but just a way to pump up a creature. And if we do have things that get trample, might not be the worst idea. I think I'd rather have the villager, especially since we're so heavily into red, and green might be what we cut. Although I would like to stay in green if at all possible here. No, we did get a second Ancestral Anger, and a copy of End the Festivities anyways. Alright, so here we can go ahead and probably snatch up Ballista Watcher. I will look at the rest of the pack, but this is a pretty good werewolf card that can start flinging some damage your opponent's way. Otherwise for us, it's pretty much just a Lightning Wolf. I mean, Scorpion's fine, Recruit's fine, but I think I'm going to go ahead and steal this Ballista Watcher. And now we have a flexible red creature, just not super synergistic. Does seem like a pretty nice little creature that could be, you know, cast it whenever you need to cast it during the game, so it's pretty flexible on when you can play it, and being able to shoot that damage anywhere is pretty nice. Could snatch a Weary Prisoner just for another werewolf. I guess we are extremely hurting for 2-drops. We don't have but one 2-drop creature. How many humans do we have? 4. It's not bad, and any werewolves we get are going to be humans as well. Might be. I'd love to take that, but I think we can go ahead and take the Pummeler here. We should be able to get some filler 2-drops by the end of the draft if we really end up needing them. Now we could take another Devils. Not really sure we're on the mill train. We don't have any sacrifice outlets. Yep, now I think I'm fine to go ahead and take one of the filler 2-drops we mentioned. Since neither of these are super exciting, I don't think I need a second copy of Frenzied Devils that high. Ooh, and a Pack Song Pup is the kind of wolf synergy card we would love to have. A nice little 2-drop that'll keep pumping itself up as long as we get more wolves or werewolves on the field. Ooh, and here I'm very happy to snatch up a Flourishing Hunter. It's an excellent stabilization and top-end piece for the wolf decks. Here we've got a Sawblade Singer, which has excellent enter the battlefield effects. Even though we do have a Massive Might, which would be nice, this just has so much value stapled onto one card. Go ahead and grab that. And it's a creature on top of everything else. Alright, we probably aren't playing the Angers. Probably not playing Festivities, so let's see where that leaves us on non-creature spells. So actually doing, I guess this isn't a 2-drop, this is probably going to be more like a 5-drop. So I guess either one of the, I guess I'd rather have my first Lightning Wolf than a second Villager here. And now we can go ahead and snatch up a 1-drop. A little early aggressive play. Helps with all our wolf synergies, and hopefully we'll wheel one of these combat tricks. Now we'll snatch up a Scorpion. Fine little 2-drop there. Here I think I will go ahead and grab Nature's Embrace. I think I'd rather have that over the Bramble Armor. Just very replaceable, extremely expensive equipment. It does attach when it comes into the battlefield, but I think we'll take the Frenzied Devils here, get a second copy of that. Would definitely like to pick up more non-creature spells if we do try to go heavily into that route, though. Alright, and pack number 3. Well, I don't think we have any or many vampires. Yeah. Unfortunate. Could still use this as a pump spell, but ideally that's not where we want to be. I think here it's either going to be between the Snarling Wolf or Lacerate Flesh, which is removal, but it is pretty expensive removal. But I'll snatch up a Snarling Wolf here first. Having that 1-drop, 2-drop curve will be pretty nice. And here we can take a Hooked Hand Mariner or a second Ballista Watcher. I've had the Rip Hook Raider side of this do a lot of good work before, but this is tough. Since it's uncommon, I will go ahead and grab the Watcher here. And now we can get another 2-drop, and that should pretty much fill out, I think, our early game plays that we'll need, so we don't have to take those nearly as highly going forward here. I will take my first copy of Reckless Impulse. Another Crawling Infestation we probably don't want. I think I'll take another Flame Blessed Bolt here, just some early removal, help keep us aggressive. Now we can take another Wolf, another Werewolf rather, Honeymoon Hearst. Don't think we need a vehicle here. I think it's between another 2-drop and the Prisoner. I think I'd rather have the 2-drop. The Defender and Forced Attack seems not super strong there. Don't want the Into the Night. If we do have enough humans, this could be a reasonable card draw engine. We do only have 6 though, so probably not going to be the case. In that case, do we want another 5-drop? We do already have a lot of top-end plays. I think we'll just grab up another 2-drop body here. And now I will take the Witch's Web. This combat trick is pretty good. It can catch people off guard, and just being able to untap something is nice to have access to, at least one version of it. Here we'll snatch up the Lacerate Flesh. Ooh, and a second copy. We'll take a Sure Strike here. Canopy, although hopefully we don't have to play it. This is actually an interesting choice this late. Yeah. I guess we do already have 3 combat tricks. But we do already have plenty of 2-drops as well. I might already be cutting a Scorpion. Yeah, I think I'll take the Might. And we ended up getting that Prisoner back last pick anyways. Not so bad. Take a look at the deck and see where we want to make some cuts here. Alright, we need to make 9 cuts. Well, I can already tell I don't want the Nature's Embrace. Removal, we definitely are not cutting the Flame Blessed Bolts. I'm going to put the combat tricks into a section all their own. Probably cutting 1 Lacerate Flesh. Definitely need to cut a 4-drop here. I think the Prisoner is the one I'm least psyched about. And we decided this is more like a 5-drop, the Witch's Web. Sure Strikes are combat tricks. Impulses draw. And Abrade is removal. So yeah, Abrade, 1 Lacerate Flesh, and the 2 Flame Blessed Bolts I don't think we're cutting. Reckless Impulse is really one of the only, if not the only card draw we've got, so we're definitely probably going to cut that, or keep that. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can cut 1 of our 2-drops, which I think I'd rather cut the Blood Petal Celebrant, although that's tough between that and the Scorpion. I feel like the Blood Petal is probably going to be more consistent on average, but the Scorpion is one of those ones where, like, when I really need a Death Touch creature, or to be able to swing in and, you know, put Death Touch on something, I'd definitely miss it if I didn't have it. It's got one. We might end up cutting both since we do have the wolves here as well, the 1-drops. What else? What else? So yeah, I think we'll cut one Sure Strike. Actually, I think we'll cut both Sure Strikes and just stick to the Massive Might and the Witch's Web. Now, do we need to cut any lands is another question. We do have 2 6-drops, so probably not. I think I will cut one of the Frenzied Devils. We have some non-creature spells, but not enough that I think we can reliably count on that for our, you know, on the to get the +2 trigger. Yeah, I think Daybreak Combatants probably as well. For curve reasons, I do kind of wish we could keep that, but I think that's one of the weaker plays we have in the deck. Maybe Pummeler for our last cut here. Although I don't really want to cut any more potential top end. Maybe we do need to cut another non-creature spell. Like, just cut the Lacerate and just stick to the 2 Flame Blessed Bolts and the Abrade. Seems like that could work. Still have some combat tricks going. Yeah, I like that. Looks okay. Not the strongest deck, but hopefully our cool Mythic Rare here can pull us through in some of these matches. But that's going to do it for the deck building portion here. I will catch y'all in the matches. Welcome to game number 1. We are on the draw with an okay starting hand. It is pretty land heavy, so hopefully we can hit another land, or we don't draw too many extra lands rather, but we will need a second green at some point potentially for our Mythic. So, well, there it is anyway. So now we can stop drawing any more lands for a few turns. That would be pretty sweet. Opponent starting off with a Ragged Recluse. We, of course, are starting with the extra land draws, so regretting keeping the 4-lander a little bit, but I'd usually rather be flooded than screwed with mana, so. Alright, now we'll go ahead and play our Villager. That way, if it does turn into night, we'll get some value out of that. Pretty similar start between the two, though. 2-1, 2-3, 2-2, 2-3. Opponent is on 3 colors here. Be very curious to see what they're splashing, if anything, for that red. Or maybe red's not the splash. I'm assuming so with the heavy black and the green mana fixer, though. Does put them at 5 available mana right now, so they could do something spicy. Ooh, opponent playing a Lumber Knot, which makes everything attack as though it's attacking with its toughness rather than its power. I think we will go ahead and double block here. And get another wolf out. Looks like we're going to be trading into their stuff here for a bit, so hopefully we can draw into some action. We've drawn enough lands, that is for sure. Yep, definitely feels like red is the splash, which we have not seen anything on yet. We will offer the trade here and see if they have a combat trick. are going to go ahead and... Interesting. That looks like that was a weird interaction between the pump spell and their Lumbernaut's ability there. We do have a Flame Blessed Bolt now that we can play. I'm going to just go ahead and snipe out their one creature and get that exiled. And we'll see if we can race with our 2-drops here. Would really love to pull one of our 6-drops right now on this next top deck. Would be ideal. And then the turn after, we just don't cast anything and we flip them over to the werewolf side. Well, unfortunately that is not a 6-drop. But we should still be able to attack in here. At least get a little bit of damage through. Opponent holding priority here. Might have something, or it could just be the blood token trigger. Alright, we'll attack all. No, doesn't seem like they've got any combat tricks, so now we can at least start swinging in with 3 and pumping up our Snarling Wolf during the attacks. Assuming they don't remove it or play something bigger here. Wouldn't mind a combat trick. Wouldn't mind one of our 6-drops. They have a second Lumbernaut. Interesting. Okay. I have a commander deck using Arcades as the commander, and he does a similar thing where all your walls swing with their butts instead of their power. Pretty fun. Interesting. Going to be using Gift of Fangs as a buff instead of as a removal spell on one of our creatures, which I guess makes sense with the Lumbernaut's ability there. We will choose not to block this currently. Let's see what we draw. Yeesh, yeah. That is rough. I don't think we can attack in now. We've got to just gonna have to hold back and block their Lumbernaut or Guest here. Looks like the opponent might have some removal for our Ridge Wolf. I think we'd rather block with these two. See what they do. Pump up our wolf, see if they remove it. That would be unfortunate. Removed the different wolf. Alright, that works too. Not a great spot for us here. Well, we're going to take 6. But we might be able to kill off the Lumbernaut and then maybe stabilize, but it's not looking good. We just hit way too many lands, especially after having kept a 4-lander. Just sometimes how the cookie crumbles. Alright, now we really need to hit big. Not big, but it'll keep us alive for one more turn. Potentially. Heart of the cards, heart of the cards, heart of the cards. Oh, now we're pretty much just dead. I don't think we have anything that can deal with both. Yep. That'll do it for game number 1. I'll see y'all in round 2. Welcome to game number 2, y'all. We are on the draw again with a, I hate to say reasonable starting hand, because it looks like our last starting hand, which came back to bite us with all the lands, but I don't think you can mulligan this. Just gotta hope our luck's a little bit better here. See if the opponent plays anything worthy of bolting. We definitely want to exile that, that's for sure, before they can get any kind of graveyard value out of it. We'll just let it mill 3 of their cards. Ooh, and some decent cards to get milled as well, so not so bad. Get our wolf down first, so that way next turn if we do play the scorpion, we can give it Death Touch. That's not bad. Now we know at least that we're working towards a 6-drop. And we almost have all the mana now. Would have loved to see this last game, that's for sure. Do I care enough about the wolf? Since the only other thing we're going to have anyways for a while is a 1/1, I think I am okay to keep the wolf here. Just keep removing all their stuff while we can. Maybe next turn they'll trade into our death-touching wolf here. Right. Guest blocks the wolf pretty well. Thankfully we've got that death touch at least for the turn. And we'll drop this to buff up the wolf. And go ahead and give it death touch here. Hopefully they'll block. Excellent. Don't think they paid too close attention to the death touch trigger there. And trample plus death touch is always nice. Because you only have to do the 1 damage to assign lethal, and then you can trample everything else over. Opponent going to exile their own creature to drain us. That's totally fine. And now I think we'll go ahead and activate here, and then swing with everybody. Alright, they did choose to kill the pumped up wolf, even though the ridge wolf is potentially a more impactful card with the trample. But 1 more land and we can drop our hunter here. I might want to wait till we flip the wolf, although I guess it doesn't matter here. It's going to have 3 toughness either way. Alright, we will go ahead and play the wolf so that our ridge wolf gets pumped again. And keep on swinging. Opponent continuing to trade into our death touch critters, which I am more than happy about. Looks like they might be cycling some cards away here. Hypnotist. They must be getting pretty desperate if they're, chunking their actual spells. And they're going to go ahead and play a villager of their own. We'll swing with both, see if they want to chump. Yep. And go ahead and get a... I might have should have waited until this guy had his 4 toughness, but that's okay. Alright, and we've got him down to 3. May as well play this. Opponent going to have to block the hunter, or they have removal for the hunter, or they've accepted their fate. Awesome. Not a bad little game too. I'll see y'all in round 3. Welcome to game number 3. We are on the draw again, and pretty much same kind of starting hand we've been getting, so we'll keep it in. Hope this one works out as well as the last one did, and not like the first one. We do have a 1-drop this time, which should be pretty nice. We'll go ahead and attack and see if they want to trade. Threat of activation has scared them off. I think we'll play the Ridge Wolf here, and then we'll play the pup next turn. That way we don't have to swing in with the Snarling Wolf again. Go ahead and swing with our Trampler here. I expect them to trade off. If not, I'm fine with that too. Alright. And then next turn we can get a Ballista Watcher down, and worst case we don't draw anything else. We'll just keep pumping our mana into the trigger, or into the activated ability there. Now we will attack. And drop down our Watcher. Definitely need to stop hitting lands though, just like that first game. We are drawing no gas. Yikes, okay. I guess on the plus side we can turn it into night now. Lifelink, yeah, no death touch here. Go ahead and swing with both. And we will activate this time. Alright, they're going to go ahead and blow up our wolf, or our pup, but we'll get some life back there. They'll transform their farmer. What does this do on the other side? Oh, okay. Just a bigger lifelinker. That's fine. Thankfully our guy will be bigger than theirs now. Wedding Security, pretty scary if the opponent does have blood token synergies, but it appears like they do not. Excellent. And now we will drop a Hunter here, get some extra life gain going, and no reason to swing in with our valuable critters here. We'll just hold back one more turn. Worst case, we can start pinging them, pinging their creatures so that we can get some attacks in. Ooh, that's excellent now. Get our Mythic down, and I think we will put some counters on the Watcher here. Just start turning our whole board into lethal threats. The hexproof on the Caretaker are going to be especially relevant. And if we can get it flipped here next turn, that'll give all of our permanents hexproof, which will be pretty wonderful. Alright, giving their other lifelinker a little bit of a boost. Ooh, that's pretty nice. We'll go ahead and put the counters on this guy this time. And I think I will swing in with the 8/8 this round. Perfect. We will buff this guy up and get over some trample damage too. Take out both of their lifelinkers, which they'll get a nice little chunk back right now, but it'll be good to get that out of the way, at least until they recast the enchantment here. But we still have perfectly fine blockers here. I would have liked to flip it to night, but 2 for 1ing them seems like the better play. Alright, some more life gain synergies from the opponent here. Expecting them not to be attacking. Yep, and we'll go ahead and keep on pinging them. Might should have killed the Recluse, but I'm not super concerned about that. Now we will go ahead and put some counters on the Wolf. No reason not to. And we'll swing with 2. If they want to trade 2 into the Wolf, I'm totally fine. Opponent thinking hard about it. I don't think we need to pump this. I am going to go ahead and kill the Recluse this time. Yeah, they'll get a life out of it, but I'd rather get it down now before they have a chance to save it somehow. And it does, we are still flipping it tonight here. Yeah, the Caretaker just doing a ton of work. I mean, Hexproof is really hard to interact with, and then all the, just making everything on your board into a threat. Just very powerful ability there. So, not such a bad little run. I'll see y'all in the next round. Welcome to game number 4, y'all. We are on the play here. No 1-drop, but just it feels like we're going to get the same hand every game this time. 4 lands and 3 early drops, which 2 out of 3 times has served us okay. Opponent starting off with an equipment. I think we will start with the Ridge Wolf. That way when we play the Sporeback next turn or the Villager next turn, it'll get buffed up. Yep. And we'll go ahead and attack. The Devils having haste might actually come in pretty relevant here if we do try to make this a speedy game. Assuming they don't put some kind of big blocker up right now. I mean, the trainee definitely wants to be attacking, so I'm hoping they'll go on the offensive. And another training critter. Ooh, interesting. I think this time we're going to go ahead and play this pre-combat. No reason not to play this. They're tapped out. And we'll swing with both again. Happy to trade with either of their critters here. Tricky blocks for sure. I don't think our deck has anything that can deal with flyers outside of our straight-up removal spells. Or combat trick shenanigans, but if they can do enough work to get that thing big, it might prove a challenge later. Opponent definitely eyeing our creatures as though they have removal. Yep. Don't feel a need to block their 2/3 here. Ooh, what is that? Some art I've not seen. Oh, okay, it's just the Mana Dork, but very cool art. Now we'll get our Devils out and we will swing with the team. Showing lethal on board already, yeah. That was a pretty nice aggressive curve out that game. Even if we didn't get the 1-drop, just very solid to being able to get all them werewolves out. Cool. I'll see y'all in round number 5. Sure. Let's go with that. Howdy y'all, we are in game number 5 now. We are on the draw again. This time we are hurting for some lands. I'm tempted to still keep this and just impulse on turn 2 if we really need it for the lands. Probably going to regret keeping that, but I like having some of our later game plays in our opening hand just so we know what we're working towards. Ooh, and the Caretaker. Yeah, I'm going to really regret this if we don't get the lands to hit that now. Opponent on a very aggressive starting play of their own. We'll get a Death Toucher down. Pardon the cat noises in the background. Somebody's here to say hello. Alright, and Heart of the Cards land. That is not a land, so we will go ahead and impulse to make sure we can hopefully hit our lands. Wonderful. Get 1 down now, take 2, and then we'll be able to start playing some spells again here. Get our Ballista Watcher down first and foremost. Ooh, Bloodcrade's Socialite. This card, I feel like this is one of the sleepers of the set. It just does so much work. 3/3 Menace that can turn itself into a 5/5. Like, I mean, sure, we've got some big stuff on our hand, but a 5/5 is a pretty respectable body in this format, especially one that takes 2 things to block. All right, look at our other land down. Now I'm actually tempted, just because they do have the Socialite, to double spell instead and just get as many creatures out as we can here. Alright, they are going to go ahead and turn it into a 5. I will offer the double block and hope they don't have a combat trick here that I'm going to regret. Which it looks like they do. Yep. Well, at least this way they did have to use a true removal spell on it and not just a combat trick. So now we can play the 4/3 and get hit for 5. I mean, I guess we're getting hit for 5 either way. Can make this a 2/2. Really want to make this a 3/3 at the minimum so that if it does take damage we can shoot it at the Socialite. But I think for now we'll just get the biggest creature out that we have. If we can get 2 more lands to start hitting into our 6-drops here, we should be able to stabilize pretty well, especially since they seem to have burned through most of their gas. And this will be the last time they can pump the Socialite. Famous last words. Not if they play another Socialite. Alright, we are 1 away. I am going to go ahead and hang on to the Pummeler for now and keep my my Massive Might in my back pocket here. Worst case, we'll just ping for 1 at the end of the turn. We'll see how they choose to attack here. Does this thing have lifelink? No. I wonder if a single sack counts for both Socialites. Yeah. We won't find out today, unfortunately. We will double block, see how they arrange our blockers. And, well, I guess we will go ahead and just ping here. If they have another removal spell, I'm going to be pretty upset. That's fine. Oof. Forgot about the Blood Fountain. Well, didn't forget so much as I thought it required the blood tokens. I forgot it just needed to sacrifice itself. So now we'll go ahead and play our Hexproofer here. Not looking super great, but at least we can gain some life back next turn with having that on the battlefield. Yikes, another Socialite. Oh, I guess it's the same Socialite again. Yeah. I was going to say, they got lucky in that draft, if so. We'll take another 5. And another Blood Fountain. Very synergistic recursive deck the opponents have there. But we will gain a bit of life back here and hold up our combat trick. Alright, opponent does go ahead and sack another token. We will most definitely be trying to save our Caretaker here. And hope they don't have a deal 1 to everything. Next turn we can pump all of our mana into a Pummeler here. Or we can do nothing and... no, we definitely want to get more creatures on the board. And this thing can get the counters from the Caretaker. So we'll pay X is 5 here. And the combination of these two, I didn't realize it at the time, but this could be a pretty nasty little 2-card combo. Start blocking with the Pummeler and then send the Pummeler damage wherever we need to start clearing off their board. Alright, they're going to go ahead and sack it just to get a single Socialite back. Yeah, they will go ahead and play it. And another Recluse. Or I guess that might be one of the Recluses from earlier. Yep. And we'll go ahead and, at this point, we're just going to play out all of our dudes and start letting our wonderful Caretaker buff them all up. Yeah, our guy has a Menace here. That'll put him out of range of some of the 3 toughness things. And yeah, we'll just keep holding back for a little while here now that we've managed to stabilize. Once we get the Caretaker to flip, having hexproof on everything is going to make it very difficult for the opponent to interact with our board. They are looking closely at all of their stuff. Especially the Dissenter. Maybe they have some kind of sacrifice outlet. Get some added value out of the 1/1 there. Alright, they're going to go ahead and enchant our guy, which is pretty unfortunate. We get a Lightning Wolf. I think this turn we don't actually play the Lightning Wolf. That's tough though. We're low enough that with those menace creatures it could be rough if we don't. I think we can take one more turn off to not flip it tonight, but we're gonna really want to flip it here soon. And we have no reason not to pump our wolf here. May as well do that now. I guess one reason why is that they might have forgotten about the activated ability and attacked in a little more blindly. Alright, now we have got a piece of removal here. Let's go ahead and activate this guy, since we can only do that as a sorcery. And then what do we want to do? I think we're going to swing with everybody? Nah, we'll swing with the 6/5 first striker and the guy that we can pump up more. Correct play might have just been to send in with all, but I'm a little afraid still of the crackback. They're choosing who to block with here, which wouldn't be a bad sacrificial creature. I'm hoping they use one of their 3 toughness creatures, though. Oh, okay, so if we pump this, it'll be a 6/6. It'll still die to these 2, but at least we get all 3. Or did I already pump this turn? Alright, well, we'll kill this guy for sure. And pump this guy. Oh, it's 7/7, even better. I forgot about the increase. So we get to take both out and keep our wolf. I think that was pretty much best case scenario for us there on the blocks. Alright, they're going to play out a 1/4 that'll give them another blood token. Now I'm fine if they want to swing in with their socialite. Huntmaster / Caretaker just doing bananas work here. I think any hand where that's in our opening hand, we just need to auto keep, snap keep it even if it's got some bad land options. Because I mean, just being able to make sure you can cast it is just excellent. Opponent playing out some slightly less good things just to get it to flip back to day again, which is understandable. I think we will buff up our menace guy here, and this time we will swing with these two. Definitely going to not play this 4-back wolf this turn and let it flip back to knight again. Putting the counters on the whole team is very strong. Alright, who all do we want to get rid of here? We have got 6 power to kill stuff. I think we want to take out these. No? Maybe we'll do like this. Take out those two. The one with the biggest butt and the one that is gaining them life there. Alright. Yep. We'll hold off. Let our werewolves flip on over and get that hexproof on the team. Yep, and the opponent is over it. Really tough to get through that. There's not a whole lot of ways to deal with that once you get it flipped. Awesome. That's going to do it for this round, though. I'll see y'all in the next match. Welcome back to the next round, y'all. We are going to be on the draw here with a pretty fine starting hand. 2-drop into 3-drop into the rest of the game. Maybe we'll top deck into our 1-drop. That'd be pretty sweet. Opponent's starting off with the ceremonial knife. Really want to get a... well, I guess the werewolf will count as a wolf or werewolf for the pup. Ooh, Wandering Mind. And opponent choosing a card draw spell. Play this pre-combat so the pup gets a counter. We will not attack yet, but maybe next turn. Next turn, do some combination of these 3 things. Either play the wolf or double spell. Ooh, new option in the mix. Go ahead and attack with both. And save our pup. I think we'll probably impulse at the end of their turn as well here. Make sure we can keep hitting our land drops. Maybe drop a pummeler if we do hit the land. Alright, they're going to probably exploit. No, just want a body. That works too. Should have used... oh, impulse is a sorcery. I couldn't have used it. That is good to remember. 3, 4, 5... do we want to impulse now? I'm a little afraid since we already played our land for a turn, so we'll hold it for next time. And for now, we'll go to combat. Swing with the team, because this one has menace. And drop down another wolf. next turn we can give something Death Touch to make it attack in even better. Nice, opponent with another Wandering Mind. And a Syncopate. Have to remember they've got that in their hand. Or not. They just not having it. Looked like a pretty cool deck. They got some of the multiples of the Signpost uncommons for the archetype, but just not quite fast enough. Awesome. I'll see y'all in the next match. Welcome to Game 7. We are on the play this time with 2 1-drops and our Bomb Rare, but really going to be hurting on the mana here. I am going to keep it, because we can play almost everything, and one land turns on most of the hands, so we'll hope I don't come to regret such an aggressive, sketchy keep. Come on, Mountain. Well, got one more turn to hit it here. I think I'm going to go ahead and just activate this turn instead of playing the Wolf. That way we can still double spell next turn if we need to, and don't hit our land. Opponent also appears to be on the green-red train. Gonna go ahead and Reckless Impulse. Ooh, a Child of the Pack. That's gonna be unfortunate for them not able to cast that. Of course, we are in a pretty rough position ourselves here, so well, we will get another Wolf out and start attacking in. Next turn, hopefully we can sneak out a combat trick kill. Well, we did hit a 3rd land. Not the color we would like to see, but it's alright. We'll activate 1. Nah, we don't need the extra damage yet. Opponent also struggling to get untapped lands into play, so still hanging on. But if they can start playing some impactful things down, we're gonna be hurting pretty bad here. All right, we did not hit the land. I think we need to attack first and see if they block. Alright, we will go ahead and activate and save our Wolf, because we are just that far behind at the moment, at least in terms of being able to do more. Ooh, Infestation Expert going to be excellent for the opponent, creating a little critter all the time here. Well, we will go ahead and attack again. We can at least have one more trick here. Not going to be able to save both wolves, but taking out the expert is pretty critical to us having a shot in this game. Kind of wish we could have traded our draws from the first few games where all we were drawing was lands. An opponent with the Toxic Scorpion of their own. Ooh, and we do finally hit a red source. Not going to be ideal here, but that's quite alright. I will go ahead and send in with the wolf. They didn't want to make the trade for their Death Toucher, so that's fine. Another expert. Yikes. Now, as long as we just really need to keep hitting our lands, if we can get to the Caretaker, we should be able to stabilize extremely well, as we've seen in some of these other games. Actually, I'm going to just take that damage. We still have 20 life, and we are going to want as many creatures on the board as we can here. Alright, we'll go ahead and impulse ourselves now. Excellent. And hitting both means we know for sure we can cast Caretaker next turn. So we just need to survive whatever they play right now. flipping to Knight is going to make their Expert better, though. But I'm pretty confident our Caretaker is going to do more work than theirs will. See if they swing in with anyone here. Nope. Ooh, and another excellent draw there. So first we will go ahead and get our Caretaker down, because she is going to make all of our creatures bigger. And we'll just slowly start filling the board with big things, flip it all over to Knight, and pump up the team. All right, they're going to go for the all-out attack here. Can't say that I blame them. We will block their Death Toucher. They might have another one. If so, that's fine. I do want to kill the Expert. Actually, let's do it like this. We'll kill off the 1/1 with our 1/1, and we'll kill off the... Can't block the Menace guy with just one. We'll block this one. Maybe they have the Pump the Team ability. I don't know that that would be enough. Just one. Okay. Did take a lot there, but we are going to be able to stabilize a bit again here with the Hunter. But we are going to need to... no Vigilance, correct? Nope. We are going to need to hope they don't have any kind of hasty stuff or ways to remove our big things here. Yep, they'll go ahead and continue attacking on in. I think we are going to have to actually potentially open ourselves up to getting our guy blown out here. Yeah, I don't like it, but yeah, can't be having them make more critters and stuff each turn. But it is night now, so we'll play a Ballista Watcher, and then we'll play a dude for 2 here. Oh, no, we won't. Ah, well, they are over that too. I mean, as soon as this flips to night, it's just so good. You can tell I didn't get a chance to play with some of the best cards in Crimson Vow the last time it was around. Some of these mythics, if you actually can get them and cast them, are excellent. But we are going to be going into the final round, 6-1. We'll see if we can't make it 7-1. Welcome back to game number 8. We are 6-1. This is potentially our last match. We are on the play with a pretty decent starting hand to drop into some mid-game plays. Definitely would like to hit a 3-drop, but worst case, we can always impulse in to see what we draw. I am a little skeptical of impulsing until we have access to 6 mana, just in case we exile our mythic that wins us games, but we'll see how it goes here. Now I might just be on holding up Witch's Web, even if we don't hit a 3-drop. We'll go ahead and attack with our Wolf. And hold up that web, because I'm pretty sure they'll attack in here, and we might be able to eke out a surprise little attack. Opponent might have the +2/+2 and trample, but we'll just trade it with one another if that's the case. If they want to use that, I'm fine. Yep, no worries. And we'll drop down our Watcher and start pinging them each turn. And then impulse once we've got our 6 mana out. Ooh, Child of the Pack, one of the best cards for the green-red werewolf archetype. We will go ahead and swing here. Definitely choreographing that we have a combat trick, but I'm fine to get in for 4. Since I'd like to Impulse right now. We hit an Abrade, which I think I'm fine to go ahead and cast on the wolf here. I can't remember if we had one copy or two copies of Abrade in the deck. I think it was one of Abrade and two of the 1-mana removal spell. Really, we haven't seen much of our removal this game so far. Or this whole draft, rather. Been a lot of creatures, which makes sense given we're in the creature archetype. Yeah, they'll go ahead and attack. Although I bet the web is making them question attacks a little bit now. Alright, yeah, we'll go ahead and drop down our 4/3. Swing in with our other 4/3. And hold up a Might of our own. See if they play anything pre-combat here. Ooh, alright. They're going to play the Hookhand Mariner. Thing does some good work when it flips, but thankfully right now all of our creatures have power greater than 2, so not as bad. Opponent going to swing in, I'm thinking, with that pup now. And we should be able to take it out with our might. Alright, we are on the train here. I think we're just going to swing in. Either we trade or it bumps off. Either way, I think I'm fine with it. Hopefully that one green isn't another might from the opponent. They might be afraid of the first strike block on the child here as well, since we do still have a card in hand. Yep, excellent. I'm pretty happy with that. The bluff did the trick. It is night now, unfortunately. Although it'll be nice if we draw our mythic, then I'll just drop it in on a nice dark nighttime board. Ooh, there's one of the opponent's rares. Going to be able to get some lands, and what does the activated ability do? Makes tokens, yeah. Alright, we will cancel attacks. Yeah, we really are going to need to draw into some of our own stuff now. Opponent is definitely on the upper hand. Just drawn a couple extra lands than them, and that's all it took. Yeah, this is really bad. I'm gonna take it and definitely regret that I took it. Not so much. Wouldn't have mattered anyways. That's okay. Well, good game the opponent, and peace out until the next one, where it'll be the last game, win or lose. And I'll see y'all in that round. Welcome to game number 9. This is the last one. Win, lose, or draw. It's for all the marbles. So we are going to be going first with a pretty aggressive little starting hand here. Hopefully we can just outvalue the opponent here early. Yeah, and a 4-drop that we can cast even if... Well, I guess we'll have 2 reds anyways. Well, that's one way to slow us down. That's alright, though. Would love to hit one more land here. Worst case, I guess we can Impulse next turn and then still drop a Scorpion, perhaps. Yep. Go ahead and hit the land anyways. I think we'll just get the Watcher down instead and not attack. Now that they've started stabilizing, I'm okay to try and play a little bit longer of a game. We've got a number of ways to, or at least one way to gain a bigger amount of life back. Yikes, that's not good though. Alright. Well, we'll just keep playing 4/3s. Next turn we have Impulse and Scorpion to see if we can't draw into some more gas. Opponent definitely on the ping train though. I don't mind trading here. Opponent with the guy of their own. I think we will go ahead and Impulse first, see if we hit our lands. We do not hit our lands. And we got some pretty unfortunate draws there. I guess we'll go ahead and swing like this and see what they do. And we'll let them go to the bin. I mean, I'll use it, but not going to do much. Yeah, I was going to say, be surprised if they want to swing in with the flame breathers. Ooh, Harvester pretty good though. Nice way for them to remove one of our critters. We'll go ahead and just untap our Death Toucher here. Play out another Ballista Watcher. Is this the number of blood tokens? Twice the number of blood tokens, so they can do -2 to something if they sack that. And they have the removal spell, so we'll take another 4 from the Villager. A Braid would be pretty nice right here. We definitely need to draw into some gas. It's not gas. This is going to be GG. If I can click on the move here. Since it can't cast a spell, the Villager's going to flip over into a 4/3 menace, and we cannot block that with one creature. Just unfortunate draws, sadly, but oops, let's good game the opponent. And concede. Well, gonna end the run one try short of a 7 winner, but that's okay. We had some misplays and some really unfortunate land draws in some of those games. Just couldn't hit anything but land. Even with the Impulse there, we still couldn't draw into any of our big splashy bombs. But that'll do it for this Crimson Vow draft. Thank you all for coming along on this ride with me, and I will see y'all in the next draft video.